Hi, my name's Steve. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I like to play Call of Duty and Fortnite. Hope you enjoy my channel. I'm all about that hype and positivity, so make sure you follow, and I love you being here, guys. Hope you enjoy the content. Okay, guys, today we're going to be talking about Twitch panels and how to write professional Twitch panels and make them look good. All that and more, guys, coming right up. Okay, guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Mike James, or The Mike James. I'm a content creator and educator on Twitch and YouTube. I also host the Content Experience podcast, which is aimed at bringing you the journeys and advice from successful content creators and streamers, breaking down their journeys so that you guys may learn all about their journeys and so you can grow your own channels and become successful yourself. So without further ado, guys, we are going to be kickstarting today's video and talking all about panels, because there is a lot of juicy information on panels that a lot of affiliates and streamers aren't actually realizing. So we're going to be talking about that, but first the disclaimer, because I have to put these at the beginning of every video, because you always get that one person that likes to go through YouTube comments and likes to point out what's called the obvious. So thank you, Captain Obvious, for writing a comment about how this doesn't work or that doesn't work for everybody. We know. So just a quick disclaimer, some of the bits of advice that I will talk about in this video is not going to be for everybody. Some things will work, some things won't. You may not like what I say, you may absolutely love what I say, but the point is not to take it as holy gospel and use your brain. So let's talk about panels, because a lot of people getting into streaming are paying, $10, $15 from certain websites to download a set of panels. They're writing some very brief information, they're adding in some full stops, and they think, fantastic, we're now ready to go, partner. Here I come, baby. But that's not what's going to get you partnered. That's not what's going to grow your stream. But I do want to clarify that panels are some of the most important elements of your stream without you even realizing it. So if you didn't know, people will often go to your channel if you make YouTube videos and you stream over on Twitch and you have the link in the description. Some people will go over to your channel, and if you are offline, the first thing they're going to scroll down and see, well, the first thing they're going to see is your offline screen, probably obviously stating that you're offline, but the first thing they're going to do is they're going to scroll on their mouse wheel, they're going to go down, and they're going to read your panels. So the best thing to do is to have nicely professional written panels, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible, but I did try and record this beforehand and it got to 15 minutes, so that's why I've sort of speeded up the way that I'm talking. If you need to slow it down or you need to pause any bits or go back, then you're more than welcome to do so. So let's talk about panels. Some of the biggest things that I see panels, two of the biggest mistakes that I see people make with panels is, first of all, they believe that the only important element is the visuals, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And that ties in with the second biggest problem, is just the lack of information that people don't write in panels, and the very blatant, obvious statements that people make in panels that turn people off and make people turn away from these streams. So issue number one, the actual visuals of the panel. Implying that you know your brand fairly well at this point, and you know that your colours are green or blue or red or black and red or black and blue or black and yellow, whatever your colour range is for your brand and whatever you're going for in terms of your brand. Let's assume that you've now purchased some panels and they look great, but there's no information on them, and you think that's good. Well, first and foremost, the visuals of the panels is important. I'm not saying that it's not important. I'm not saying that you can just use paint to make panels, although if you really need to, you could. So I do obviously recommend that you have strong visual panels as a foundation for making a great panel. So I just wanted to stress though that it's not necessarily the be-all and end-all to just have good-looking panels. You also need to have good information underneath them. So the second problem that I usually see comes up with panels is the information in the panels, or the lack of information in written below the panels. And with that, also the people that just write, like for example, as you saw at the very beginning of the video, hi, my name's Steve, I'm a variety streamer on Twitch, I like to play Call of Duty and Fortnite. people that just write generic statements. The biggest thing about Twitch is it relies on personality, and you really need to be figuring out the good points of your personality and exaggerating them. So if you're naturally a funny person and you find yourself making people laugh all the time, exaggerate your comedic side. If you're somebody that's quite serious and you get quite down to the point, exaggerate it. Whatever you want to do, just make sure you take the best sides of your personality and exaggerate it. So let's talk about how you get that across in text. So the main important panel is definitely the About Me panel, but we'll talk more about the panels and the orders and things in a minute. We're just talking about the About Me panel and getting across your personality in all of your panels. Because not only is it going to be like one of the first things that people read, but it should also be the panel that sticks out amongst the rest. Always try and incorporate a bigger picture in your About Me panel. People remember images better than text subconsciously, well, and consciously actually. So make sure that a funny picture of you or a picture of you that represents your brand is in there with the About Me, and that will be the crown and jewel of your panels. People will remember what you look like, and then you have to write about the stuff that's going to match up with, so people can match up a personality with a picture. So for example, me, I am quite sarcastic. I am quite a serious person, although I try not to be because I really don't take life seriously at all. I just come across as grumpy. I used to be called the Grumpy James back in school, and my brother used to be called the Happy James because he just always smiled. So this is just kind of like a natural resting bitch face, but take it from me, I am actually quite happy. So what we need to focus on in your About Me panels is getting across the brand that you are trying to portray. So let's say you know who your target audience is, and you know who you're trying to attract, and you know what value you are trying to give people, because the whole aim is that you're giving something to people that they can't get in their daily lives, so that you can essentially get them coming back to you for that value. So let's say you're a comedic act and you are the joker of your class, then you definitely want to be focusing on getting across that humour in your About Me. Make sure you open up the About Me with your age and your location and your name and things, because that is really going to help people identify with your location. Because believe it or not, a lot of people do, seek out specific streamers from specific locations. And then this is where the sort of rule of every man for themselves comes in, because what you need to do from this point is you need to go from talking about yourself into talking about how you are as a person, the value that you're delivering, and the type of people that you are creating content for. So let's say you are an esports gamer trying to become a professional. The biggest thing that the biggest fail that you could do is write, I'm an esports player that's trying to become pro. The best thing you could do is, I'm a pro player that has a focus on trying to get pistol only kills as the first kill in every match. That's just a vague example, but it's something that takes the edge, and people then know that you are a serious esports gamer. But then on top of that, they know that you have these challenges that you like to set up, and they know that you are somebody that likes to challenge themselves, and they're like, wow, it sparks the curiosity in people, and so they'll want to check out your streams. It's good to also get across, things like your hobbies and your interests. Try and find a way to get across the content that you can connect with people on a one-to-one basis, because that's how you form friendships. It's by finding the common ground between you and your audience member and connecting over it and talking to each other about it. So I, for example, have wrote a little bit about photography and tacos and education and stuff in my About Me section, and that's just because if anybody wants to come to my stream and talk about photography, then I can do that for the entire stream. If anybody wants to talk about tacos, I have actually done a talk show episode before where I actually just spent 3 hours with Lady B talking about tacos. And if you want to talk about content creation or education or growing your channel, then you can also do that. So I tried to get those points across so that people know who I am as a person, and they know what questions they can ask coming into the stream. So moving on from the About Me panel, the other panels that I think are quite important are the panels that are all about community. So you want to try and show the diversity of your content. So if you're a Twitch streamer and you make YouTube videos and you have a Twitter account, make sure you clearly mark those. And another important panel is definitely Discord. Make sure that you have a Discord or a Reddit page or a Reddit subreddit, sorry, that is all about you, and make sure you clearly mark it as a place to get the top funnel people, the people coming in, checking out your streams. You want to convert them to the mid funnel by getting them into those community spaces where they can connect with the other community members, connect with you on a one-to-one basis outside of streaming. So make sure that is another important panel, that you really tell people the incentives of joining your Discord. So if you are trying to write a good Discord panel, make sure you highlight the incentives and really sell just how good the incentives are. This goes for everything else, like the donation panel, the subscription panel. Always think about the incentives that people can get from joining that exclusive area. So guys, that's about it on the panel front. I kind of just wanted to make this video because I genuinely want to help you guys, so I will reply to every comment. If anybody asks any questions, I will reply and give them help. If anybody joins the Discord, link will be down below. I will help them as much as I can, although my time is kind of limited, so please don't be offended if you join and you ask question after question and it takes me a while to respond. It's just me, basically, because I've got loads of stuff going on. I'm a coach for Ashley Christ Stream Coaching Program. I am also trying to get my YouTube back on track, trying to get back consistent with streaming again. So I've got a lot going on. I hope you can appreciate that, guys. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video and leave a comment down below. I will have a pinned comment asking you guys a question. Make sure you go and answer that as well, so that I can get to know you guys a little bit better. And apart from that, guys, check all the links out in the description. Thank you for watching. Hugely appreciate it. I hope you go and make some awesome changes to your content today. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.